You look so tiny. I'm like down here.
Oh, what's up? We're back on Infinite Insights with another video, and today we have
Salome
and Cameron.
Period. And today we're gonna be talking about some things I've been seeing on Instagram lately. So basically we're just gonna be talking about like the natural hair community and like how it's just like, well, I wouldn't even say like the natural hair community, just like hair standards and expectations in the Black community and how like it's just getting like toxic and things like that. Okay. So basically I've been seeing this argument on Instagram, and it's basically been talking about how like, oh, like if you don't get your hair done, like you're perceived as like you don't take care of yourself, and this is that and the third. But like oftentimes when they say, oh, you don't get your hair done, they're not talking about, oh, like just moisturizing your hair, like just getting yourself ready for the day. They're talking about like, most of the time it refers to getting your hair done professionally or like adding extensions or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, why is this what we define as having our hair done? And I feel like if that's the only thing we have defined as having our hair done, like I feel like that's a toxic expectation, because it implies that having our natural hair together isn't having our hair done. And I just feel like that just reinforces negative beauty expectations in our community. So yeah,
I agree. Like, I feel like it's just so stupid. Like, also like people treat you differently when you had just like your natural hair. Like you could tell like you don't get as many compliments, and like the hair could be like super cute too, like twists or something. You just don't get that many compliments, or you just get like treated differently, and it's like so annoying because I still look cute. But and I just tell when I get my hair done, I just get more compliments. It's like I literally, when they see the long hair, they're like, oh,
yeah,
you got yourself put together.
Yeah, I feel like that is the stereotype of like long hair, because like long hair is just historically perceived as like more feminine, like this is that and the third. So it's just kind of like, I don't know why, because you would think, because I was gonna say like maybe people compliment like people more when they get their hair done, because it's like, okay, it's a style that they're not as used to seeing. But at the same time, like still like somebody, I feel like wearing their natural hair out, at least like in this day and time, like in this country, like the natural hair movement has grown, but still like seeing someone wear natural hairstyles is still not something that you see like every day. So I feel like it's still worth the compliment, because it's just not something that you run into, especially if you live like in a community that like aren't a lot of Black people are in.
Right. And it just would be nice to like, because most people are insecure about their natural hair, so it would be nice if you just like help them embrace it more.
With the going off like the natural hair like insecurity or whatever the case may be, it's like I wouldn't necessarily say people are insecure with their natural hair, but I just think that we don't normalize our natural hair like enough. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, like when we see like someone like shorter hair, like whatever the case may be, like people are quick to like talk about that person, like talk about their like hair, whatever the case may be. But then that goes back to the fact that like we just aren't normalizing like seeing like how normal like not trying to like stare, but like normal, like how normal Black people hair looks. Because I feel like when people like wear their hair natural, like it's only praised if it's like, oh, like super long, super this, super that. But it's like we don't normalize just seeing like our hair, if that makes sense. And I feel like we need to start like, this is off topic, but like one of my like biggest issues with that is like I cannot stand when people get their kids like younger than like 9-10 years old, like when they get, even if it's just like even if it's just like braids or like whatever the case may be, like weave, I don't like that, because I feel like right away you're telling your kid that like, oh, like this is what getting my hair done should be, or this is like what I do to feel pretty. Like to me, really, until you're in middle school, you should not be getting any type of weave. Like I be seeing like 4 or 5-year-olds with like these long ass like knotless braids. I'm like, first of all, that's pulling on their head. Like that shit is pulling on their head. Like they're little as fuck. And then for 2, like I just feel like a kid needs to learn how to like just learn how to style and like get used to looking at their natural self without like adding something to it. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't get like braids till maybe like 7th grade, and that was only because my parents were like opposed to me getting it at a younger age, because they wanted me to like learn how to love my natural hair, and they didn't want me to like be ashamed of it. But even I feel like it was like maybe 8th grade, I really, because I'm from like a predominantly like white area, so I didn't have too many Black people around me. And so when I would wear my hair in like a fro, it was always like oh, that's different. Oh, okay, yeah, get it, girl. Okay, you get your hair done this week, okay? But I'm like, no, it is done. Like, this is a twist out, this is a braid out. Like, this is my best look yet. Like, what y'all talking about? So, I feel like for me, natural hair has always been kind of like I'm trying to feel more confident in it. Yeah.
Along with like kind of like how seeing like natural hair isn't really normalized, me and Salome were talking about this earlier. I wanted to talk about how like black hairstylists or like just like the professional hair community, like whatever, like they play a big role into this, because I feel like, you know, like when you go get your hair done and like you have thick hair, like the first thing they're gonna do is like they're gonna complain about how thick your hair is. They're gonna complain about how much hair you have. And I feel like when you're hearing that, is like, first of all, like if you're like a young kid, like if you're like a child and like you have thick hair or whatever, and like you're impressionable or whatever the case may be, you might feel like uncomfortable. You might feel like, oh, like it's such a drag to like ask people to do my hair or whatever the case may be, because that's kind of like how I used to feel. And I feel like when people who are supposed to be natural hairstylists and people who are supposed to be like catering to our community, people who are supposed to be like giving us a service, like when they kind of like have those negative attitudes around like people having like thick hair, it also kind of normalizes the idea that like people aren't used to like seeing or experiencing or dealing with a person's natural hair. And I'm just like, damn, like it's like one thing for like people outside of our race, like, you know, because other ethnicities might talk about this 24/7, but it's another thing when it's like you go to a place where you're supposed to feel safe with another black person that's doing your hair. It's supposed to be a safe community where you guys can talk, chit chat, maybe that person can give you tips, whatever. And then it's like first thing you walk in, it's yeah. And then like also like hairstylists are quick to like say like, oh, like your hair isn't detangled if it's just in a natural state. Like, yeah, my hair is detangled, but it's not gonna be detangleable. That's not even the word. Detangleable in the aspect of like, in a way like you're trying to get a comb through it. Because first of all, our hair isn't even meant to like go through traditional combs and shit. Like that was not created for us. That was created for other people. But anyways, like it's almost as if your hair is not like heat trained or like whatever, partially damaged. Like it's like, oh my god, like it's so hard to deal with or whatever the case may be. But maybe that's just because you don't know how to deal with like natural hair. And like I said, that goes back to like natural hair. It still isn't 100% normalized in the community, because when I do my hair at home or when my mom does my hair at home, we get through that like quick. I mean, obviously it takes time, but like we get through it quicker than like any hairstylist has ever got through my hair. Like when I go to the hair shop and like hairstylists just be like doing shit to my hair, I'm like, bro, like you're making this take like, so like you complain about the amount of work that it's gonna take, but you're making it take so much longer than what it needs to, simply because like you just want to do it in like a way that isn't really natural hair friendly. Now, I'm not saying all hairstylists are like this, but this is my personal experience with that.
Yeah, I agree. When my mom does my hair, she gets it done fast. And what's crazy is she's white too. So
yeah, my mom is white.
She learned how to take care of my hair. Like, if she can do it,
right,
then our own community can. Like,
right. And I like in Cosmetology, like in the hair school, whatever, like I don't think they really teach you in depth how to do natural hair, but you would just think with all the like videos and like YouTube videos and just TikToks, like just because you go get a hair license doesn't mean that you stop doing what you do. If you go get a degree and you learn something, like, or you're a doctor or you're this or you're that, like there's always gonna be new information that's constantly coming out about like what you're educated in. So it's just like the fact that we don't treat ourselves with the same care, the fact that we don't make an effort to continue learning about our hair, continue learning about this, continue learning about that, I feel like that says a lot about how much we really respect our like authentic selves and value ourselves as people. Another thing is like, even when we complain about like, you know, how like, oh, like in a professional setting, like they won't accept our hair, they won't accept this, we won't accept that. Like, okay, we complain about that, but like, well, how do we look when we don't even fully accept it ourselves?
Period.
I did.
I was thinking, like, I feel like this topic is always very like controversial, but like I don't like when people say like, oh girl, you got that good hair.
Yeah.
I hate when black people say this, because it's just like, it's like I grew up in a like black church. So when I would like start to wear my hair out, of course I do have like a looser curl pattern, so I started to like embrace it and wear it out. And I would always get those comments like, ooh, see, you got them loose curls. You don't gotta deal with them thick, dense curls. And I'm like, okay, I still got that in my hair. And second of all, it's not that it's ugly. Yes, it does take time to like detangle it and, you know, make the curls pop or whatever. But that doesn't mean that it's not good hair. And so when people say that to me, I just be like, all good hair is good hair. Cause that ain't even, what do you mean by that?
Okay, I don't know how to explain this, but I feel like the whole like quote unquote good hair thing and like people wanting to like, you know, idolize that, I feel like that just goes back to like even a lot of times when black people do wear their natural hair, and like I said, this is not everyone because we're getting better as a collective, but like, you know, people who are still like in the land of like ignorance, like I feel like people are always obsessed with trying to make their hair something it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like people, even like people who have like tighter curl patterns, I feel like they're obsessed with trying to get like the perfect like defined curl, like the perfect like moisturized like curl, whatever the case may be. And like I'm sorry to break it to you, but like if we got tight curl hair, like that shit's just not gonna happen. Like most of the time, like our hair is gonna be scrunched up, or like your hair is gonna scrunch up, or whatever the case may be. But like we need to stop trying to like like I said, like when they do wear their hair, they're trying to make their hair look like quote unquote like good hair.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a bad thing to say, or if that's like backdoor or like backhanded or like whatever. But like I'm just like, do you guys get what I'm trying to say?
No, yeah.
Like people don't just let their like just accept their hair, like accept the fact that everybody has a different type of hair. Like it's always like they're trying to chase a certain like look or a certain image of like a certain type of like I don't know how to explain it. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like they're just trying too hard to get the perfect.
Yeah, like the stereotypical like curly girl kind of like look, but we have a lot of examples of a curly girl type of like look already. Like we need more examples of like tighter curl patterns of this and that, because then other people can have examples. You know what I'm saying? Like even when you go on TikTok and you're like looking up like type 4 hairstyles, why does everybody have like type 3 hair?
That's so true.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I feel like also, like going back to what you're saying about like loose curl and stuff, like I know for me personally, like my parents are kind of like old school, so they're big on like getting like perms and like relaxing their hair.
Ooh.
So like I'll see somebody and you know their hair is like, you know, like a 4C type, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they wear it out. I'm like, oh, it looks beautiful. And I'm like, no, I'm about to put this perm in my hair so that I can make it looser. And I'm like, girl, your hair is beautiful. Leave it. It's healthy. Like,
that reminds me of the whole. Have you guys been on TikTok and have you guys been seeing people call themselves straight naturals?
Yes. I have been
Yes.
like that. I have been seeing that.
I literally, every time I see a straight natural TikTok, right, I always get into an argument with like either the creator or somebody in the comments, because I'm like, there is no such thing as a straight natural. I understand that back in the day, like being natural just meant that you didn't have a relaxer, but nigga, it's 2025. It has a totally different definition now. Like we're not doing that right now. First of all, to imply like a straight natural, like it doesn't even sound right. Like it doesn't make sense. Like just simply say I straighten my hair and I don't have a relaxer, or I like to wear my hair straight. When you say straight natural, it's not the same as being a natural, because a natural means that you're growing and you're taking care of your hair in its natural state.
Yes.
Even though your hair wasn't altered by a perm, it's still being altered because it's with heat. I'm not saying that everybody that uses heat all the time hair is completely fried or whatever the fuck, even though a lot of the times it is. But at the same time, it's just like, I feel like to force that narrative, like people, like when I like comment like those type of things, I'm like, I feel like the term straight natural is like an oxymoron, and I feel like it's toxic for the natural hair community. Like people always combat me and they're like, well, if that's like the natural hair that's growing out of my head, then like, isn't it my natural hair? And I'm like, I feel like people get what I'm trying to get at, or like what I'm trying to say, but I feel like they just don't want to understand, because they don't want to feel like I'm not shaming you for the fact that you straighten your hair, but it's just like you're trying to force yourself in a community that you're not in. Like, I'm sorry, if you wear your hair straight 80-90% of the time, in my opinion, you are not a part of the natural hair community. And then it just gets toxic, because imagine like if I'm a little girl and I'm sitting up here and, you know, like I don't really have like a lot of knowledge about my hair, and I'm on TikTok and I'm searching up like natural hair, and then boom, the straight naturals pop up on my page, and then I think,
Yeah.
oh, like that's what my hair is supposed to look like. That's what I have to do to grow my hair, which sometimes like having your hair straight can grow your hair for some people, but that's not the way you have to do it to grow your hair. And I feel like people, like, yes, that works for you, but they don't understand how that term, like,
not natural is like,
yeah, like they don't understand how it's like having a negative effect even deeper than what people are like acknowledging, I guess.
it's destroying what natural is.
Yeah, like it's destroying like the whole point of the natural hair community is because we can look like, no, like our hair is not naturally straight, so like why are we saying like natural hair, you know what I'm saying?
Like, it's okay to have your hair straight, but like it's just weird when you call it the straight natural or whatever. Like that's not your natural
It's
hair.
either straight or it's your natural hair. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you don't
like-
have to combine the two. Like, it don't make
There's nothing
sense.
wrong with that. It's just, why even say that? Like it's giving people the wrong like perspectives. I
Yeah,
feel.
like impression of like
Yeah.
what
What
taking
natural-
care of our hair looks like.
Yes.
Exactly.
So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on Infinite Insights. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys later.